Hello guys, LEGO Master Reviews here, and today I'll be doing a review on the LEGO Star Wars set 75385 Ahsoka Tano's Duel and Peridea. This set has 382 pieces and retails for $54.99 in the US. You get 5 brand new and exclusive minifigures as of right now, but who knows, we might get a Grand Admiral Thrawn Microfighter next year, who really knows. But as of right now, they are exclusive, and I feel like a lot of the minifigures in this set is definitely what's driving up the price, or why LEGO decided to price this set so high. So in this review, I'll be showing you if it's actually worth it or not. So without further ado, let's jump right on into this review. The first minifig we'll be taking a look at here is Ahsoka Tano, or Ahsoka the White as I like to call her, and I really like the leg printing she has here. I really like how the torso print kind of carries down into the legs there, and you also get a bit of toe printing, which is also very detailed. You can see that the torso print is also looking great here, and removing the leg cue, you get a little bit more detail underneath that. And flipping the torso around, you'll find you get a very nice back torso print as well, which is very detailed. She does have arm printing here, which looks pretty great, but I do think dual molding would have worked a lot better, just because the white wrapping there doesn't wrap around the whole arm. I just think dual molding would have solved that problem very easily, but I do really like how they put wrapping around like the wrist gauntlet there too, which is very accurate to the show, so I appreciate that a lot. And you get an arm print on the other side as well. Her face print is nothing new. I do think a new expression would have been cool, but it definitely wasn't necessary. The face print just worked really well here. Get a smiling face on the other side, you get a much more angry face, so yeah, that works pretty well for her. She also has the same Leku mold from that T6 shuttle, but there's a new print in there with the headband, so that's very nice. And you also have your 2 white lightsabers there, which also look really cool. But you could also get rid of the weapon from Morgan Elsbeth, and she does use that to take her down, so that's also an option. But overall, I think this is a really great Ahsoka Tano minifigure. I think it's very accurate to how she looked in the final few episodes of the Ahsoka series. But I do kind of wish that maybe she had like a cape or like a cloak, but maybe LEGO would think that she wouldn't be able to sit down. Next up is Jabba the Hutt, and this is personally a minifigure I've actually really liked the look of since he first got revealed. I know a lot of people didn't like the look he had with the no pupils, but personally, that's not my biggest problem with this minifigure. My biggest problem comes with the legs here. I do like the printing itself. Like, I like how it carries down from the torso, and like the pocket print on one side looks very nice, but I just really wish it was dual molded. Like, you can see it goes from red and then it goes to brown, and just it just doesn't look good. Like, it doesn't look good. And he also had boots in the show, and that's not represented here at all. So I just dual molding the legs to make it look like he had the boots as well as like the red on the side would have been very nice, and just unfortunately just didn't do that at all. I guess only one character can have dual molded legs in the set. Obviously it sucks, but I do like the torso printing. You can see that he does have the chainmail there that's like made out of the stormtrooper dog tags, I believe, so that's a very cool detail, and the printing on the torso also looks really nice there. And you also get a very detailed back torso print, which is also very cool. I think the face printing also looks really great here. I know a lot of people don't like the no pupils on him, but personally I think it makes the minifigure feel more unique. But I also really like how they gave him the scratch marks there. It's a very like iconic thing that the character of Jabba has, so that's very nice. And you can also see the beards printed on there, and he has a much more angry expression on this side. And on the other side, he also has a much more like calm expression there, and he also printed the scratch marks, so that's all very cool. And he even includes his blue lightsaber here, which is also very nice. So overall, I don't hate this minifigure by any means, and most of the minifigure I do really like, but I just kind of wish that he did have dual molded legs. Next up is the best minifigure in this set by far, and that is Grand Admiral Thrawn, making his grand return. I was never able to get that Rebels version, so I'm just beyond thrilled to have this one. I think the dual molded legs in him look incredible here. Also absolutely love the torso printing there with like the correct ranking finally. The only thing inaccurate about this minifigure is the fact that he doesn't have his 2 cylinders. He only has 1, and personally I really don't care. I still think this minifigure is so cool. I love the face printing there. I think the shaded blue just works so incredibly well. I just like how they're able to get the bags under his eyes there, and he also has a second face print here, which is not as good as the other one, but I do think it looks pretty cool still with the teeth out there, those beautiful Thrawn teeth. You can also see that he has a very nice hairpiece there, which is the same mold that was used on that original Thrawn minifig, but it wasn't like a dark blue color. And I think the dark blue definitely works better for the Rebels version of Thrawn, but as far as like the version of him that appeared in Ahsoka, I think the black definitely works a lot better, and even includes a blaster here. So overall, a just phenomenal minifigure, and easily the best minifigure of the set, and definitely one of the best minifigures of the year. Next up is Morgan Elsbeth, and I'm going to be honest here, this is probably my least favorite minifigure of the set. It's not a bad minifigure by any means. I think the torso printing is very detailed. Even the back torso print looks very nice there, but it is nothing new as far as the torso print goes. I think the hairpiece also looks pretty great here. And like, again, nothing new, but it does look really nice. I think the face printing is also extremely accurate here with all the markings there from like the Night Sisters. And you get a much more calm expression on the other side, which also looks pretty cool. And also really like the recolor of the Darksaber mold here in green. And like the lightsaber hilt with like a stud on the end, like very unique. But I don't really like the use of the normal minifig legs there. That original Morgan Elsbeth minifigure used like the dress piece. I think that would work better here. And like, again, not a bad minifigure, but as far as like all the minifigures in the set, this one's just the least interesting to me. And last up here is the Night Trooper, and this is a really detailed minifigure. I love how it looks like a normal stormtrooper, but they just added like all the different like little like golden cracks and like the little like kind of red like stripes and stuff. Just looks so cool. Like the red fabric that's all wrapped around them. And, like the helmet just looks incredible with like that newer Stormtrooper mold with like the gold cracks, just so unique. And the fact that they gave him a zombie head underneath is so cool. Something that was so unnecessary. And when this set got first revealed, I was definitely just expecting it to be like a black head underneath. But the fact that we just have this is so cool with like the rotted teeth and like the green eyes, just so unique and like something we've really never seen in Star Wars. And even get some back-headed printing, which is also so cool. Also really love the back torso printing there with more of like the red fabric and like the gold cracks and stuff. And he even includes a blaster, which is very cool. But like again, a phenomenal minifigure. And as far as the Night Trooper goes, this is so cool, and I'd love to see a battle pack of these guys. But it should have been Captain Enoch. I don't really get why it wasn't. Obviously, you could say that maybe Enoch wasn't part of the like battle that the set's supposed to be taking place in, but like neither was Grand Admiral Thrawn. Like he wasn't on like the whole platform there. So I feel like Enoch should have been here. I think the only excuse is that Lego just was too cheap to make a new mold, or maybe they would just look terrible because they want to make a new mold. I don't know, but still, it should have been Enoch. But regardless, it's still a phenomenal looking Night Trooper, and he's very unique. Overall, I think this is a very solid minifigure selection, but I don't think it's perfect. I think Captain Enoch should have been here. I also think Sabine Wren should have been included, just because there's a play feature where Ezra is supposed to like jump off the platform, and obviously that whole scene is based off of heavily involves Sabine Wren. So I think she should have been included in the set, and you can make the argument that she's in the T6 shuttle that's also on shelves now, but I don't know, just at $55, I feel like Sabine Wren should have been included here, and just Captain Enoch as well, even if the Night Trooper's here. Like, I don't know, that would have made this set better, but still, the Return of Thrawn's epic, and Ezra's also a really great minifigure, and like all the other minifigs here have really great prints, and I'm definitely not disappointed, but it could have been better too. Now, taking a look at the main build of the set, right off the bat, you can see, yes, it is just a flat gray pancake. Obviously, it's going to look better with your minifigures. It's definitely a set that is meant to be displayed with minifigures, so that's not even the biggest problem with the set. I think the biggest problem by far are these stickers on this platform here. I mean, you can just see it's just, they're all stickers. I believe there's 20 stickers in total in this set, and that's just ridiculous. I mean, you can see, like, I just had I really struggled with finding these stickers up. Like, the circle looks horrible, and just, I feel like little kids are really going to struggle with it. It really sucks. I did a little bit of a better job on these ones here, but, like, even the grays don't match up. Like, it's not as bad on camera, but in person, the grays don't match up, and it's just bad. I mean, they could have just literally made two new prints. They just had a print on this curved piece here and then print on this tile piece here, and just put a bunch in the set, and that's all they had to do, and it's just extremely lazy that they didn't. There's no other way to put it. It is lazy, and for $55, it is unacceptable in my opinion. So that just really sucks, and I really hope the quality can go up from here, because that's just ridiculous, and I know little kids will definitely struggle with this. So that is a shame, and it's definitely the biggest flaw of the set by far. You also get these stickers on these pieces here, like this kind of like wall piece here. I don't really know what you call it, but I get why these aren't prints. Obviously, they're like all different unique designs, and the black on the stickers actually matches up with the black on the bricks, so not necessary at all. And again, they're all unique designs, and I don't think they look that bad, and they're not that hard to put on. So I get why these are stickers, and I actually really like the builds for these, especially like these little like kind of like angled parts here and like the cheese slopes and stuff. Looks very cool, and they all move up and down to kind of make room for your hands if you want to display it from like the little different angles. So that's an option, and again, they all have like unique designs in them, so that's all very cool, and they all move up and down. So I like that a lot. They also have like little gold poles behind them. It's kind of weird. They're just like there. Obviously, you're not going to be like seeing them if you display from the front. So it's just a nice little thing they added that wasn't necessary, but it is cool. And every like little wall piece has those. So that's nice. But now moving on to the play features of the set, because there's quite a few. We'll start with the little like rotating platforms. Here you can see there's a rotating platform there, and it just moved by this little piece here, which is pretty cool. And you also get that on the other side, and again, you just place your minifigures on the studs and have them fighting. And you also have this little rotating piece here. There's no like little lever or like little piece to move it, and honestly, I'm really glad they didn't do that, because it would probably just pop up in the front and it would look really ugly. So I'm really glad they just made you spin it by hand, and obviously for people that are going to be displaying this set, it wouldn't look great. So again, pretty glad that they didn't put like a little piece there to spin it. But I do really wish that they would have just made the piece in the middle there gray. I can almost confirm that this piece exists in gray. I just don't get why they didn't do that. I'm assuming maybe just to make it a little bit easier building experience for kids, but I don't know. They could have just made that piece in gray, and I don't really get why. Obviously, you're not going to notice it when you're displaying the set from like a flat angle. Like, you're not going to see the blue whatsoever, but I don't know, just kind of weird how they did that. I just really don't like when Lego includes a bunch of unique, like, different colors in like a gray set. Just not necessary, and you can't really see it on camera, but there is like a red piece like right here in like the middle there, which is also like not as noticeable as the blue ones here, but it is there nonetheless. But yeah, I don't think that was necessary either, but again, not the end of the world, especially since if you're displaying it from like this, you're not going to see those colors. And the other play feature here is the one that launches up Ezra. You can see that you just set the minifigure, so we just grab Ezra here, or Jabba the Hutt. If you know, you know, but you put Ezra there, and you just hit the platform up, and he goes flying. It's kind of a fun play feature. I've found myself kind of playing around with it every now and then. It's pretty fun to launch the minifigure up, but I think just grabbing a Sabine Wren minifigure, just including a Sabine minifigure in this set would have gone a long way, because you just put your Sabine figure there, and you put Ezra here, and it just actually looks like she's like force pushing him up. I just don't get why they didn't include Sabine here. It would have made this set a lot better. And again, I have the Sabine minifigure, so I could just display the Sabine minifigure in this set, but I feel like for people that don't have the T6 shuttle, that's going to be a problem. But as far as like the actual play feature goes, it's pretty fun. Obviously, it's not going to launch him as high as he actually win the show. But again, fun play feature I think kids will have fun with. I like those gold pieces there as well. And for those of you that are wondering what the set looks like from the bottom, you can see there's a lot of different colors here with like the greens and the reds and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like from the bottom. Definitely not going to be displaying it like this, but that's, if for any of those of you that are curious, that's what it looks like. And the set is also very thick. Like you can see that just comparing to like a minifigure's legs. That's about how thick it is. So pretty thick set. It's also pretty heavy, not like super heavy, but it does have its weight. So overall, not a bad build by any means, but I do think that the stickers are pretty unacceptable on the actual like base. And some of the colors aren't necessary either, but still I think kids will have fun with it, especially like rotating the platforms around. But I also think kids will not have fun putting those stickers on. Overall, I think this set is slightly overpriced. Not as overpriced as a lot of other sets in this August 1st Star Wars wave, but it is overpriced, especially for the quality with these stickers and some of the minifigures that should have been included, as well as some of the inaccurate details on these minifigures. Like for $55, it is a bit overpriced, but I honestly think the build is pretty hefty. Like it's a heavy build, and there's some fun play features. But again, I just think the minifigures could have been a little bit better, and some better inclusions as well. And like this, the quality of the set could have been better. So overall, I feel like if you're a fan of Ahsoka, this is actually one worth picking up, even on full price. Like I think it is a fun set. And if you were a fan of the Ahsoka series or Star Wars Rebels or want Thrawn, it will be worth picking up on full price. But if you don't really like the Ahsoka series, don't really care about Thrawn or Rebels, then this one is definitely worth picking up on a sale or just not picking up at all. So overall, I would give this set a 7.5 out of 10. It has its flaws. I would give it an 8 out of 10, but just some of the inaccuracies on the minifigures and the stickers here just aren't great. So 7.5, not a bad set by any means. And I think the minifigures here, especially Thrawn and Ezra, are really great. So overall, not my least favorite set of the year by any means, but definitely not my favorite either. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of this set. What do you think of the minifigures here? What do you think of the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn? And if you have the set, what do you think of it? And hope you enjoyed this review and have an incredible day.